What's up, y'all? I feel like I finally understand something that took me so freaking long to understand. And it's been like right in my face the entire time. Everybody tells you this. Everybody, preaches this. Ever since you're little, everyone tells you this. When you want to talk to girls, they tell you this. When you want to close a business why can't I speak? A business deal, they tell you this. When you want to make some money, hustle, you want to be on the grind, they tell you this. And that is, you already know what I'm finna say, man. We've been we've been told this our entire lives. Have confidence in yourself, right? Right? That's facts, right? We all get told, you gotta be confident, you gotta have confidence in yourself, you gotta believe in yourself. But man, it took me so long to finally realize, yes, it's that simple. You just have to believe in yourself. But you gotta almost have this delusional belief in yourself. It's not some, uh, go to the gym, bench 300 pounds, do some squats, probably make some money. It's not getting confidence isn't the way you would think gaining confidence is. It's not like a gain confidence thing. It's more like a it's more like a build a self belief over time. All you gotta do is believe that you can do it. And that's the hard part, right? A lot of us, it's weird. It's like, you ever notice how some people, no matter what you tell them, they naturally believe in themselves. They naturally know this shit. They know they that guy. They know that they that nigga, bro. You know, and they don't need an inspirational speech to believe they're that person. That's exactly. You don't need if you don't need an inspirational speech to feel like you're that guy. You gotta honestly, the only way to really truly be confident is to live life is to you gotta kind of lie to yourself. You gotta but you can't say you're lying to yourself. You gotta live life as if you're already that person. You gotta move. You gotta just know you the shit. Genuinely. When it comes to confidence, it's like the universe treats you how you treat yourself, right? If you have this mindset, this belief, this disposition that you can't accomplish shit, you can't do shit, you're not like that, the universe will reflect that. The universe will reflect your mindset right back onto you. And that's been my that's been me since I was honestly, that's been me, since sixth grade year. That's when I started becoming self-conscious, caring what people think about me, caring how, starting to see how my actions affect other people. Elementary school, right? It wasn't the same. People would pick on you, people would try you, people would test you. But at least in my case, I didn't have the same self-consciousness that I developed in middle school. I always had this. I just didn't. I had this more carefree view of the world that I didn't have in the future, like going to middle school, going to what's it called, like going to Ashbrook. Wait, why am I saying my school name? Going to high school, right? When I went to high school, that affected me way more than middle school because the people tested you. And I don't know why. I don't know why, but I guess throughout middle school, my foundation of confidence was freaking terrible. I just didn't believe in myself. People they said things about me, and I kind of believed it was true. I really did. Like, you know, the, I gotta tell you a story, man. I used to be for most of my life. I was in the IEP program most of my life. If you don't know what the IEP program is, it's basically, you know, in basic terms, the SPED program. And chill. I'm not sped, but it's it's support classes for people who can't keep up with the natural, curriculums of school. So I had to be put in those classes. And in high school, people knew I moved different. My social skills wasn't on the same level as people my age, my peers. I didn't move like my peers. I was so different. And so they knew something was different about me. And so they always used to roast me, talk shit about me, they even went as far as to record videos just embarrassing me. And so that tore apart my belief in myself. That tore apart the belief in myself. That had me just terrified of even blurring anything, because I didn't know how to communicate with them. Most of my life, I wasn't communicating. I wasn't socializing. I wasn't talking. I wasn't doing anything. I was basically sheltered. I was sheltered. I lived a very sheltered lifestyle. And so when people really challenged me, they started challenging me on things. They started roasting me. I guess I didn't have a stable foundation. And so that made me lack confidence, lack self-esteem. And I feel like my whole life, I've just been, maybe I just feel like my whole life I've been repairing the damages from past traumas I've suffered just from being outcasted by my peers. And now I felt like these last 2 years of my life has been the only years where I felt like I've been on the level of my peers in terms of socializing. I felt like I climbed the social ladder. But now it's gotten to the point where now I feel like I finally caught up to the point where I'm like everybody else, right? How people are talking to girls, they're trying to pull people. Before all that, there was no shot I was gonna get with anybody. No shot, not a shot. I didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to move right. I was so awkward. People used to always call me Steve Urkel. Really. I just, I felt like I felt powerless in a way that I just had no confidence. Why would I have confidence? So my situation is very different from most people. I had a lot of things telling me I shouldn't be confident. I had a lot of battles to fight, a lot of battles to face in my life. I'm not going to tell you a whole life story because, you probably don't want to watch a life. Man, fuck that, bro. It's my channel. I can say what I want. But I will shorten it up a little bit. I'm not finna make this video like 5 hours long. I can talk about my life story for hours. But what I will say is, I felt like in most of my life, I've been fighting an uphill battle. Because there's still a lot of stigmas I feel like I'm still fighting. And the reason why that's why I feel like I'm qualified to help people out with being confident. Because, if someone like me with so many stigmas to battle, I'm so-called sped, I'm socially inept, I had so many things to battle. And I always felt like my learning capabilities was, not on the level of my peers. I felt like I was just inferior. But at the same time, I thought in a different way. I gotta say, I don't know how much this matters, but I guess I could say, I'm also on the spectrum, if you know what I'm talking about, right? Where I'm not slower than anybody. I thought my whole life I was slower than everybody. But the truth is, my brain is like wired differently from the average person. So socializing for me, I guess, was a little bit different. So I had to learn to adapt and learn the social rules. I didn't understand I didn't understand social rules the same way I understand now. So I feel like I had to learn a lot. I had to learn to adjust my social skills so they could be a certain way. And so now I feel like I'm finally on a level. I'm on an even playing field where I'm just like everybody else. But now I don't want to be average, right? Who wants to be average? I don't want to be average. So, maybe some people are okay with that. I'm not okay with being average. I don't want to be average. Now I feel like I'm average. But no, I'm not. I've always been attracted to girls, right? And I never had a shot before. And now I feel like I'm finally at the level. I'm finally at a stable point in my life where now I can really do that now. I could start talking to him. I already do talk to him, but I had to work so hard. You gotta understand, I had to work so hard. I worked my ass off just to get to where I am now. I had to build my confidence up for years. But in my opinion, right, you can't just you can't just go from day one not having confidence to day two, you being like that nigga, right? But at the same time, confidence is a mindset. So even if you have certain things that might hinder you or make it harder for you to do things that certain other people do, there's no reason why you should not have confidence, right? I always thought confidence was tied to. I always thought confidence was tied to competence, and what I mean by competence is able to do certain things. I thought that I had to be able to do certain things to be confident, but the truth is, being confident, right? Or it's not even just that. It's not even about being confident. It's really about your mindset. It's about your mindset. You gotta believe you can do it. It doesn't matter. You have to be delusional. That's what I was. Really, that's what I'm becoming now. You can't let shit hold you back. You can't let shit hold you back. That's coming from experience. As a nigga who was in the IEP programs, people, the doctors, when I was born, they told me that I was never supposed to be able to talk. I was supposed to be a sped kid. Not able to talk, not able to socialize. Now I got homies now, who got my back. Now I don't feel like I used to try to put up a front, try to sound like I got confident, try to sound like I'm cool. I used to try my hardest. When I was first learning, I tried my hardest to sound cool, I didn't know how to be cool. I tried to sound cool. There's a difference, right? Being cool is no matter what, you got this shit. You got to be able to see confidence or strong mentality is being able to be like, nah, in the face of adversity, I'm the shit. In the face of adversity, in the face of people trying you, people trying to belittle you, you got to be like, nah, I'm the shit. I'm like that. Look what I've survived. You got to realize, I feel like when you go through things, when you got certain stigmas on you that you got to overcome, not everybody going to have my story, A lot of you guys who see this are not going to have the same situation I had. A lot of you guys have probably a regular upbringing, right? But you're still struggling with self-image. You're still struggling with, you got some problems. Maybe you don't like your hairstyle. Maybe you don't like how you talk. So maybe sometimes the thing is, that's why I don't believe in the whole be yourself shit, be yourself. Because maybe the self that you are got a lot of problems. Like maybe there's a certain way you move, a certain way you talk that you actually do got to work on. Let's say you're fat, you're overweight, maybe that's offensive, but maybe if you actually are fat, I feel like the whole be yourself thing, it's like a blanket. It doesn't actually solve your problems. It doesn't truly it doesn't truly change the reality that you live in that you don't like. I feel like the only way to be confident is to have a problem, right? And in the face of that problem, you be like, I'm gonna change. Maybe I don't like this. I don't like that I'm fat. But look, I'm gonna hit the gym and I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna do this. It's a mentality thing. It's not loud. Confidence is not loud. Like you know, the 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 confidence that you probably think of, example that you probably think of confidence. A lot of people I think would probably think of confidence as the super loud guy who's Mister I don't care, Mister I'm too cool. But that's not true confidence, Mister Nonchalant. That ain't true confidence. True confidence, true like it's really just being able to accept your situation, man. Able to accept your situation and saying, I'm gonna overcome this. I'll overcome this. Not the I'm gonna be myself. I'm just gonna be myself. Accept me for being a weirdo. No, you don't gotta be a weirdo. You don't gotta be a nerdy weirdo and want to be just accept me for who I am. It's more like, okay, right? Maybe I am a little weird. Maybe I am a little weird, right? You know what? I'll work on myself. I'll work on my social skills. Maybe that isn't inappropriate to do in a certain social situation. Like maybe, because my thing is, so for someone like me, who's on a spectrum, who first didn't understand, if I would have really explained to a younger version of me, who didn't have social skills, who didn't understand the concept of talking to a person, the best advice I'll probably give myself is to accept where you are, right? Accept where you are and be like, look, maybe I'm like this right now, but I'm going to change it. I will work on this. Yes, this is me right now. Maybe I'm weirdo right now. I'm fat. I don't like this. It's not insecurity. It's like, this is something I'm going to work on. I feel like there's a difference between saying, I'm going to work on myself and say, oh, I just hate myself. I just hate myself. I'm ugly. That's just feeling bad for yourself, bro. That's just pity. That's just looking for pity and crying about yourself. You don't want to cry about yourself. You want to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, okay, this is me. I don't like this. I'm going to change this. But you still can be confident. You don't have to walk around with your head down. You can still be fat, right? But you walk around with your head up and your shoulders off. You walk around with like a certain posture, and feel like I'm the shit. You gotta act like you're the shit, but still trying to reach your goal. I would say, like, you gotta act like you gotta be fat and obese, but move like you're the fucking shit. You're the fucking man. You're him, or you're her, or whatever. But you're going to the gym every day. You're losing your weight, and eventually you will become that guy. Because you can be a skinny guy who lost his weight, but you still move with your head down, like you're not the shit. Like you're not that person. You gotta change. I guess the only way to really be confident is to change how you look at yourself. Actually, no, you do, but it's more like a mindset, right? I feel like I explained this point so many times. You can't just change how you feel yourself overnight. You have to just be like, fuck it, I'm the shit. It's a mindset thing. Instead of being sad and feeling bad for yourself, you're like, no, I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna solve my problem. Or I'm gonna accept what I can't control. I'm gonna accept myself for where I am. My understanding, I would say this, my understanding of this isn't 100%. But my experience gives me the confidence to say this shit. I've experienced everything. Every single embarrassing thing you probably could think of has happened to me. But I'm still here, ain't I? I'm still alive. I'm still thinking. I'm still talking. I'm talking to a camera. There's times Well, I didn't want to be on this earth, but guess what? I'm still on this earth. So I don't give a fuck, man. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Ain't nobody gonna stop me, man. I don't give a fuck, man. I've been on this planet too freaking long, bro. And I'm not even that old, bro. I've seen so many things. I've been through so much bullshit that, you know what, bro? God strike me down. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't. This video can get this video can get strike down. I don't give a fuck. I've seen it all, man. I've been through a lot of this shit. I know what true confidence is, and I know what fake confidence is, bro. Bro. See, fake confidence is trying to look cool, bro. It's trying to look cool, bro. It's that fake shit trying to be nonchalant. You know the nonchalant redhead, the YN. The truth is, you don't gotta be a YN. If you black watching this, bro, you ain't got. If you want to really be the tough and really get the ladies, and I don't care. I don't got ladies right now. I don't give a fuck, nigga. I don't need ladies to say this shit. I know what gets them now, cause I'm finna get them. And what really gets them is being truly confident in the core, really knowing that, really feeling that, really walking with that presence that you the shit, you the fucking man. Because a YN, right, on the other hand, it's a lot of that shit's fake. You know, he's felt pain, I get it, he's struggled, he's lived a hard life, or she's lived a hard life. That shit's fake. You trying to act tough as hell. But I feel like if a lot of people who try to put on a tough, strong face, they got a lot of weakness inside. If you're willing to fight and crash out over a nigga just talking shit to you, or you know how fragile you gotta be to get mad and want to crash out and want to kill somebody, you want to not even just kill somebody. You know, you don't even gotta kill somebody, but want to beat a nigga ass just because he's talking shit to you. You know how soft that is? That's weak as hell. I know in media, they always tell you, oh my God, if you want to crash out over a nigga, bro, or crash out over shit. I think that's weak as hell, bro. I may be nerdy as shit, right? But I know I ain't no bitch, bro. I think a lot of the people who try to be Mr. Tough Guy, Mr. I'm the fuck, you know, Mr. Crash Out, I feel like those are softest ones. I could talk all day why they soft. I know exactly what makes them soft. That's emotional. You ain't got no control. All somebody got to say is shut your bitch ass up and now you want to fight and you'll kill somebody. Man, that's weak as hell, bro. That's weak as hell. You're gonna throw your life away just because somebody told you to shut up, or somebody said somebody just saying shit to you? Really? You really have, that's a weak mind. That's a weak mind if it's willing to crack over a little bit of adversity. See, I feel like that's what makes you strong, able to stay stable and keep your emotions tight. True, it's not just, true confidence is, you know, being able to look at yourself in the mirror, even on a bad day, and say, I'm gonna win today. I think that's true confidence, bro. From all this pain I've been going through a lot of pain, man, these past couple years. A lot of pain, bro. A lot of bullshit. A lot of self-doubt. A lot of self-sabotage just because I'm overthinking a situation I could have just done. Overthinking a situation I could have just went to and done that, bro. Overthinking something that wasn't even that deep, wasn't even that serious. I could have just acted on it now. Bro, I'll tell you a story that just happened to me, man, today. There was this girl I liked in school, right? My second period class. We just went on this field trip. You know, she was on my field trip with me. And my homie, right? We was just walking, talking. And then he tells me a little bit. He says he wants to go talk to this girl. Mind you, I was planning to talk to her after. I was planning to talk to her. Actually, weeks ago I was trying to talk to her. But guess what? I was procrastinating. I was bitching up. I was acting all scared. So terrified of talking to her. And then what happened was, I come to find out, he talks to her, bro. before I get the chance. You know, I'm not even gonna say before I get the chance to. I already had so many chances to talk to her, and that's bullshit. But yeah, he ends up talking to her. And then he gets her. He pulls her Instagram. He pulls her. And I'm realizing, bro, that shit felt like a fucking big punch in my face, bro. All because I was so scared. All because I lacked the balls to just go up and just be like, yo, I like your vibe, man. You seem like a cool person. Maybe we can probably talk on Instagram or something like that. I could have did something. Ben did something. But then I just bitch up. See, every single time in my life where I bitch up and get scared, you know what? We all get scared, right? But every time I get scared, for some reason in the past, I just bitched up. I got scared, and then I just give myself a reason why I shouldn't do it. Like, maybe you're doing too much. She's not gonna want to talk to you. And guess what? Then I never talked to her, bro. And then months go by, and I see her walking out with another guy, just because I was so scared. My ego was so fragile that I was too scared to the potential of her not liking me, her turning me down. I just waited. I just let the wind. I just move my life. I live my life through the wind instead of making the wind follow me, if you know what I'm saying. I'm tired of that. I'm tired. I've been doing this shit for years. It's a mindset, bro. Like, I let people say what they wanted to say to me. And I actually took that shit to heart. I believe those things. Bro, why couldn't, even when I was vulnerable, why couldn't I just hear what they said and be like, okay, maybe you are right. I don't give a fuck. Why didn't I just do that? Okay, I don't give a fuck. You call me sped, I don't give a fuck. I'm still that nigga. Why did I do that, bro? That's my problem, bro. I just sat there and just let people create narratives about me, and I followed them. I didn't even lead my own life. I was waiting for people to approve of me. That never would. Why didn't I set the standard for myself? Why did I let people tell me how I should act, how I should be, how I should think? Why? All these years. I'm a senior in high school, about to graduate in like 2 weeks, bro. Literally. 2 weeks, I'm about to graduate. And all these years, I never had a girlfriend. And guess what? It's simple. Because I never thought I could until now. Now I know I can, right? I know I can now. I know I can do a lot of things. But now it's to the point where it's like, damn, bro. I just wasted so many years just overthinking, being stuck in my head, not making decisions. Even on YouTube, if I look back, I only made one video a month because I overthought everything. I wanted the video to be perfect. I wanted to talk right. Instead of just saying, fuck it, I'm going to post. Man, I just saw this documentary that just put some sense into my head and made me realize, yo, this life ain't gonna work itself out, yo. I saw this DDG documentary, and man, I realized it's really all about mindset. You gotta have some grit. You just gotta say, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. You can't listen to what people say. You can't listen to what people say, bro. People don't know what's best for you. And people don't know people don't know you. People can't tell you who you are. That's my best thing. You know, I'm finna talk about that tomorrow, bro. People can't tell you who the hell you are. Only you. Don't ever let nobody tell you who the fuck you are. You would decide that for yourself. And I don't care. I don't give a fuck. This video's 30 minutes. Fuck it. I'm gonna make rants. I need to get shit out of my chest, bro. Because I spent so many fucking years just being life's bitch. Life's little bitch, bro. Spent so many years being life's bitch. And now I'm older now. Now I'm 18 years old now. I ain't no child no more. I'm not. And now this life is finally starting to hit me. All these years, I was stuck stiff in my head, overthinking everything. Not just saying, fuck it, I don't care what you think. I'm him. I'm that nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck what you think or what you try to say to me. You try to call me Steve Urkel, you try to call me this, you try to call me that, third. I don't give a fuck. Why did I let myself get little boyed by these people when I could be the man. I could be the shit. Why am I not an ugly guy, right? I'm not even an ugly person. I feel like I look pretty decent, bro. Why am I letting people who look like fucking Dabo tell me that I'm not shit? Why am I letting people who look like Dabo pull the girls I want to pull before I get to pull them? Why am I just sitting here and letting life pass through me, just getting older, and I'm not doing anything? Why? Why am I letting other people control my destiny, control my life? Why am I letting other shit control me? Why? I'm just letting other people decide who I am. Who gives a fuck what these niggas think, bro? Who cares? I'm never gonna try to follow these YNs ever again, bro. So many times where I tried to follow these YNs, where I tried to be just like them. I tried to think, I tried to dress like them, I tried to talk like them. It was so cringe. Cringe as hell. I had an NBA Youngboy phase where I tried to be just like, why I tried to listen to Youngboy. I tried to be hard. That shit's weak as hell, bro. I'm gonna embrace the fact that I'm more of a nerd. Yeah, I want to be a swagged out nerd, but like, I'm tired. I'm tired of conforming to some shit that don't fuck with me, bro. Why am I conforming to a code? Why am I conforming to people who are not even that cool like that? These niggas don't even got swag. Everybody's trying to be all rugged. Why am I trying to follow YNs who have no swag? Everything they do is rugged. I'm gonna beat your ass if you talk to me like this. Man, that's just soft, bro. And I'm letting them call me soft because I'm not a YN. I'm a suburb boy. Why am I trying to let them call me soft, bro? They're not tougher than me just because they're thugs. Just because you're a thug don't make you hard, bro. I feel like you could be hard and you're not a thug. I feel like you could be a regular civilian, and still be tough. Be tough as hell. Be tough as bones. I don't feel like being tough is how good you can fight or how many people you done beat up. I don't feel like that's what makes you tough, bro. I think what makes you tough is how many shit you can take and just keep on going. How much things in life, how much bullshit in life you could just take. You could just take and you just keep pushing, bro. You just push with grit and determination to get your goal, accomplish your goals. I think that's what makes you really tough. Chasing goals, bro, and getting beat up by the goals being hard to accomplish, but you still do it anyway, despite what people gotta say. Oh my God, being rich is too hard. Making money is too hard, bro. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't be an entrepreneur. Just go to college just like everybody else. Man, fuck that shit, bro. I'm doing what I'm doing, bro. I'm tired. I'm done, bro. My whole life. I hope you feel like this too, bro. My whole freaking life. I let people decide what I should do, what I should think, how I should talk, how I should act. You gotta realize that you gotta stop chasing acceptance. Stop trying to chase that acceptance shit. Accept your fucking self. You just go ahead and do it. I'm tired. Why should I just do dumb bullshit? Just be like, oh, just to hear, oh, you got that doggy, you Brody? You that nigga? Man, I should believe I am. Because I am. Not because I got approval from the next guy. And he said, oh, you're that nigga, you're him, you're the shit. Man, fuck that, bro. Man, fuck that. Man, fuck that, bro. I know I'm cussing a lot, but I gotta rant. I need to put this shit somewhere. I need to vent somewhere. Because it's been so long where I just been conforming to fucking bullshit. I've been just letting people decide how I should be. Letting people tell me I'm not cool because my name is fucking Daniel and not fucking Tyshawn. Man, fuck that shit, bro. I'm tired, bro. I don't know. Now I'm actually getting mad, bro. This shit's making me motivated, bro. To achieve what the fucking shit I'm gonna achieve, bro. It's gonna make me achieve what I'm gonna achieve. And yes, bro, I'm talking like this. I don't care, bro. If you don't like how I'm talking, bro, click off the fucking video, bitch. Get the fuck off my video. I know, bro. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. That's how I'm feeling. You want to, and if you understand, you understand, bro. If you understand, you understand. That's all I gotta say. If you understand, you understand. And yeah, bro, I'm gonna post again. I have to. I'm just gonna post, bro. I'm a fucking be. Well, let's be the fucking man, bro. Let's be the shit. Let's be that nigga, bro. If you're white, be that guy, bro. I don't care, bro. I might stop saying the N-word so much. But I went to a school just full of YNs, bro. Full of trying to be hard niggas, bro. So it kind of rubbed off on me a little bit. I'm not saying I'm hood, bro. Far from that. I'm stubborn as hell, but yeah. Well, I'll see y'all, boys. If you even got it this far, bro, you probably had the same life I had. That's probably the only reason why, bro. And you probably relate heavy to me. If you do, then you do, bro. I gotta make a Discord server. When I get my channel to like 500, bro, I'm finna make a Discord. I'm finna do this, bro. I'm locking in. Ain't no time to wait. Ain't no time to waste. You gotta keep your head up. You gotta just know you like that. You gotta know you like that, bro. Yeah. I got a lot of anger in me, bro. A fucking shit ton of anger. Just so many years of disrespect. So many years of just being a little pushover to YNs trying to little boy me, bro. Trying to punk me, bro. And yeah, I wish I could yell, but I got family in my house. I can't fucking yell how I want to yell. Maybe my words won't hit how I want to yell to hit. I wish I could fucking scream, bro. That's how I feel. And yeah, that's a lot of anger, bro. That's a lot of anger. That's how many years that I just sat there and just took bullshit. Took a lot of bullshit without putting the energy somewhere. I feel like I need this shit. I need to put my energy somewhere. I know I've ranted for a fucking hot minute, bro, hot ass minute. But yeah, I didn't think I had that much shit to say. I didn't think I had that many things to say. I thought this was probably gonna be a normal 10 to 15 minute video. But guess what? It was 30 or man, damn near 40 minutes, bro. Just fucking sitting here talking. Damn, I didn't know I had that much anger in me, bro. That much determination. Fuck. That's just how, I ain't gonna lie, that's just pain, bro. I feel like pain is art. If you wanna know the biggest art form, I think it's pain. Pain, bro. Pain creates art. Anger, frustration, pain. That's just the biggest motivation, bro. If you feel my pain, bro, and I know a lot of you feel my pain, bro. If you don't feel my pain, then watch somebody else. But, 9 times out of 10, you probably feel my pain. Even if your life is more, stable than mine. You didn't have my life story. You wasn't the nerdy guy like me, the nerdy black kid like me who got picked on just because I like nerdy topics, just because I like anime, or I just like what I like. See, I was a nerdy guy who got picked on, the nerdy nigga who got picked on, who got no girls, no respect, nothing, complete underdog. Your story is different from mine. You just got a job. You probably do got a girl. But you're just trying to work just to even like survive. That's a different type of pain, bro. That's a different story. Getting a girl is not everything. That's not the entire world, bro. Girls are complicated. There's a lot of shit that goes on with them. They're not everything, bro. I feel like there's problems that when you do got a girl in your life, there's problems that come with that. You're never fully like trouble free in life. There'll always be problems that come with everything. Every stage of life got its problems. It has ups and downs. And you just gotta be like, yo, I'm going, whatever problem I have, I'm gonna conquer it and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna let anything stop me from conquering my problems. I guess that's the mindset you gotta have. I get it now. The mindset you gotta have is I'm gonna conquer. That's what true confidence is, bro. It's the I'm gonna conquer mindset. I'm conquer my troubles, or I'm gonna conquer something. Sometimes I wish I can instill this knowledge I have now into my younger self, but you know what's done is done. Time keeps moving forward. You can't get younger. Time's only moving forward. You know what you gonna do now? You just gonna sit and cry about it, or you just gonna keep moving forward? You know, damn, it's crazy. I think I've been making this video for like damn near an hour. I really had that much shit to say. Yeah, you know, if you're watching this, bro, you got this far, just make some videos, bro. Make a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, or at least like write your feelings, bro, because you don't realize how much shit you got to say till you start doing it, bro. I thought this was gonna be a 10-minute video, 10-15 minute video. This shit damn near 40. This shit damn near an hour. Yeah, I guess I ain't expressed my feelings in a long time, bro. And this is how you gotta express it. I feel like as a man, this is how you gotta express your feelings. Don't cry to nobody about your feelings, bro. Nobody wants to hear that. And I'm not trying to be down all that hyper masculine shit, but if you got a lot of feelings, you got a lot of anger, you got a lot of pain in your life, you know, a lot of hatred and shit, don't go looking to somebody to cry about that. You gotta put that somewhere. You gotta put that pain somewhere, bro. That pain gotta go somewhere, into art, into, you know, if you're trying to be a rapper one day, try to make music, or if you're trying to hit D1 in basketball, trying to, you know, if you're trying to make the NFL and football, you gotta put all that pain into that. You gotta put all your pain into. I feel like that's where what we gotta do. We gotta put our pain into something. That's what I think. All the pain you have, you gotta put into something. And the thing is, you gotta still be like, I'm gonna conquer it, bro. Because I feel like the only reason why we don't have confidence a lot of times is because we don't have that conquering mindset, bro. We're kind of letting life just happen to us. We're letting people decide how we should feel about ourselves. Instead, you gotta tell other people how to treat you. That's what true confidence is. But I gotta end it somewhere. I feel like I could talk all day, bro. I got so many shit to say. But you know what, bro? I mean, that means I just gotta upload. But oh yeah, man. If you made it this far, you're the GOAT, bro. This is 40 fucking minutes, bro. 42 minutes. You either got a high ass attention span, or you probably feel my pain, bro. You feel the same way I feel. Either one of those things. Either one of those things, bro. But I'm still figuring out what to do with my pain. But I know one thing: I'm just gonna have to upload. I'm gonna have to upload, and I'm gonna have to do something else. Make some freaking money or something. But anyways, though, I'm gonna see y'all boys, bro. I'm gonna see y'all boys, or y'all girls. I don't care. I'm gonna see y'all. All right, y'all.